Hi everybody, this is Jess, aka Sketchwriter Jess. Today I'm going to do a soulmate slash twin flame reading. You don't have to be on the twin flame journey for this to resonate. It's for masculines and feminines, so it can be any combination of sex. It can be two men, two women, man and woman, transgender, then whatever sexuality. It can be anybody. I know transgender usually identifies as masculine or feminine, but I was just saying it's okay if you're transgender too. It's for you as well. What I do is I say he and she because I'm straight, so I tend to think in those terms. So I'm going to be using he and she, although just keep in mind it's for everybody. I don't like discriminating. Only once in a while have I done it where it was really specifically for men and women, but that was just a feeling I had that I needed to go that direction. So, basically, I'm gonna do my typical spread, except there's a masculine side and a feminine side, and then what I'm going to do is, instead of pulling cards for the union, I'm going to channel the union. Okay, so I'm going to see what I see in the cards and then talk about what I see. Because when two people come together, it doesn't matter whether they're one soul, if they're twin flames, or they're two separate people, two separate souls. You're always your own self. And it takes two to make a couple, to make a union. And so it's best to treat each person as an individual and see what they're doing instead of, I think, trying to determine what the union is like with the cards. I just don't think it's the right thing to do today, for me. I mean, if that's what you want to do with your own readings, that's cool. Start asking Spirit now. I'm using the Cosmic Tarot deck, and I use notes from the universe. So basically each spread has an emotional part, a logical part, an intuitive part, and a family wisdom part. So each masculine, each feminine has their own set of those. And now one thing I may do for the union is pull a notes from the universe card. I think I will do that just to help myself a little bit. But in terms of like actual tarot cards, I don't think it's needed. So, Spirit Guide Lauren. I'm going to call Grandpa on this one for some reason. Grandpa, Granny, and who else? Angel Uriel. All you guys. What can us twin flames learn and soulmates learn to keep believing in love, to understand that love is, that we all deserve love, and that doesn't matter how things seem to be going, that there's always something there for us. How do we keep on that path? Because it's not easy, especially if, you've been ghosted by somebody and, you feel like this spiritual connection. It's kind of hard to explain. So, I had like a dream yesterday. I was watching a reading on YouTube, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't know if I was thinking of shouting out the person, but I didn't want to put them in an awkward spot of like having to shout me out, so I'm not gonna say it. But the reading was very good. And anyways, I got this dream. I had this dream afterwards that my twin flame was with me, and we were both nude, and we were on a mountaintop, and there was wheat covering it, like wheat plants. And I looked up wheat field, and it said that if it's like full and ripe and everything, then it's like good luck and love and happy affairs. And I really feel like I want to believe that that's what would happen, but I'm beginning to feel like maybe, you know, there's really not something there. You know, maybe if there is something, I think we could be twin flames, but there may not be any kind of connection in terms of whether he really wants to be with me or not. He may have already decided to, you know, to leave me, you know, to just forget me. And I'm not surprised. I mean, it wasn't built on anything that was true foundation. So, okay, Spirit, what kind of wonderful spiritual lesson can we get from this? What can we learn? What can we learn from this? What can we learn from staying hopeful in love, that there is somebody out there for us? You know, I think I'd have a very hard time getting with somebody else, but I feel like, you know, I'm tired of doing things for lessons, you know. Also, we pull clarifiers here. What I do is, if I see a card like a major arcana, and then court cards, you know, like a king or queen, something like that, I pull until a number card comes up, and the actual clarifier is the number card. That's what adds the tone to the reading. So, what I'm going to do is I will come back and reveal the cards, and then after that I will be pulling the clarifiers if needed. Sometimes it's all number cards, so there's no clarifiers needed, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, I'll be back. Hi everybody. Here's the whole spread. As you can see, there's emotion, logic, intuition, and it's the same for the man. It goes the same way. Emotion, logic, intuition. And we'll get going. That's the family wisdom there. So let me reveal the cards. Here's the emotion. The Nine of Cups reversed for the woman. That one does not need to be clarified. Well, feminine too. Feminine. Death reversed. That one does need to be clarified. And the Chariot reversed. That one needs to be clarified too. And I'll read the family wisdom. They once loved you, they still do. Thanks for every single time you ever fell in love. Whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, and whether or not you were loved back. It changed everything. Actually, you're always loved back. The changer, the universe. Okay. And now for the masculine. The Queen of Wands. So that one does have to be clarified. That's the emotion. The Queen of Pentacles. So that one also, that's the logic. That one has to be clarified. And we've got the Six of Cups reversed. That one does not have to be clarified. And that one was the intuition. Now, here's the family wisdom. What would love do? Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts. You leave behind footprints of love, the universe. The legend of Bigfoot continues. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say here for this is that this could be the woman on the masculine's mind, or the feminine, I should say. The feminine on the masculine's mind. And then this is like the masculine energy on her mind. And I'm saying his and her, it's just the way that I understand it. Okay, and this is the union here. This is like the essence of the union. You glow, we beam. Thanks. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared, the universe. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm things. Ha! That's interesting. Because it's all about union, so that one talked about bodies. And there's a dog barking outside. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we've got quite a few clarifications to do. So I will be back with those. Hey everybody, I'm going to be pulling the clarifiers now. So we've got to clarify for the man, we've got to clarify the emotion and the logic. And for the woman, we have to clarify the logic and the intuition. Interesting. Stop sniffling. We got lots of allergies down here in Florida. So, that's it. I'm going to pull for the feminine first. Okay, Ace of Pentacles for the emotion. Okay, so we don't have to pull any more on that. Okay. Judgment reversed for the feminine. It's funny that that came out again. Yeah, that one really wants to come out, doesn't it? Okay, Three of Wands reversed. Sounds for the intuition, so we don't have to clarify that anymore. The Queen of Wands, we got the Princess of Wands, so we've got to do another one. Ah, jeez. Come on. Okay, Four of Swords. Okay, it's for the emotion for the man. Hierophant for the logic. Gotta still do more. Strength. Huh. The Lover's reversed. Oh, his logic is all over the place, isn't it? Eight of Pentacles reversed. There we go. Okay. So that's it for that. I already read to you the oracles. So I'm going to write this up and then I'll be back with the reading. Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm going to read the masculine's part first, which is on the right side here. And then I will read the feminine's part, and then I will go into what I feel it all means. So I'll get started now. the emotion, which is this first row here, the one that goes from bottom to top here. The emotion, his emotion is wrapped around the woman of his dreams. He feels the warmth of her even in her absence. He wants to retreat with her, but she is alone somewhere away from him. The logic starts here and ends up at the Eight of Pentacles up there. His logic says he's inspired by her generosity, her strength and courage. He wants to marry her, but he thinks she doesn't love him. He sees she is exhausted, so he must let go. His intuition. His intuition says he and she can resume where they left off. Family wisdom says, you've left an impression on her. Now for the feminine. Her emotion says all the mistakes she made by allowing him into her space reveal the truth. Her logic says practice preservation for herself by keeping herself content, by doing things that make her feel safe. Her intuition says she feels defeated by the lost love of the past. She is going to decide how to proceed in loving this man. She's disappointed in him as he didn't come through for her in the past. Family wisdom says love changes you for the better. And now for the union. Sharing love together is so pure it radiates into the universe. I've also added a bedroom scene here. He likes when she kisses him passionately, making him feel like he is the last man standing on earth. She likes when he charges for her, eating her up in a voracious way. Together they are in a fast and slow rhythm, making each other feel like love never ends. It only is. Okay, so I guess I'll just kind of say what I feel when I first saw the reading being laid out. I see that he's really trying to use logic here. He's trying to figure out how he can best deal with the situation, or I guess situation that he feels something that he needs to control. He looks like he could be almost like a secret admirer. I mean, if you look, I think that the woman is really this person here. I think he's looking at her like that. He's just seeing her and looking at her. And she could be looking back at him, just kind of like causing, it's really like this. I think she feels like he's looking at her, and this is what she feels like he's doing. He's just kind of like not totally there. Even though he's like staring at her. So I think for her, she's got death in the reverse, usually looking for safety and shelter, looking not to transition to something. She's making peace with the fact that that the love is not working. Even though there was a potential, it never followed through, but he seems to be all about wanting her. But he doesn't want the attachment. And yet he has this feeling like he's committed to her. Like he can't get her off his mind. She's kind of like, well, it's over. I'm not transitioning here. I'm not going to keep holding on to this thing. Three of Wands is reversed. You can see that she's that upright. She's receptive. She's receptive to the universe. This way, she's letting go. She's not receptive to this man's love. She's not allowing the universe to make a judgment for her. She wants to make the judgment. She wants to shut off anything she hears about him. She don't want to hear anything about him. She's not really waiting for somebody to come pick her up. And yet, she wants something stable. Yet, I think she wants to be stable on her own. She doesn't want to be disappointed in love. And I think that she feels that this man doesn't measure up. She can see right through him. She is right next to him, see? That's her. That's her. It's who she really is. She knows what she wants. And this is not what she wants. She does not want a false love. She does not want a one-sided love. She does not want to promote a one-sided love with this guy. She doesn't want him fantasizing about her anymore. She's like, you either pick me or you don't. You either come forward or you don't. You either say something or you forever hold back and do whatever you're going to do somewhere else. Because if this is all he's going to give her, I mean, if he's just going to be haunting her while she sits there and stares off into space trying to figure out what her next move is, then he might as well not even come forward, right? Look, she's been disappointed before. She's been through a lot. She's not going to take any crap. And she's not going to allow herself to be vulnerable to somebody who is so careless and thoughtless about stuff. He wants to take her away somewhere. He either wants to do that or maybe he just wants to put it to rest. There's something in him that's stirred up, and he's trying to figure out what to do. He's exhausted. Not only is she tired of him. Let's see how this is in between them. They're both tired. They're both tired of holding on to this thing that seems to have taken a life of its own. Taken on a life of its own, I mean. And it's all because of this. This feeling right here. You glow, we beam. Thanks. The universe seems to keep bringing them together in their dreams. They can't stop dreaming of each other. They can't get each other out of their minds. And she's fed up with it. And I think he knows that he has to make a choice. If this is all he can give, then that's it. She's not going to take that. This is what she wants. This is what she needs. She needs somebody to be there for her. And she needs somebody to care for her. And if he can't give her that, if this is what he's going to give her, then there's no need to come forward. Just look at that. Just look at that. He needs to make her feel like she's safe. She wants safety above everything else. She doesn't want a fast-moving love. She wants quiet. She wants to be able to make her own decisions. And she wants to be able to come and go as she pleases. She don't want to wait around. She doesn't want to wait around for love to come in. She's not going to wait for this one, I don't think. You know, she's dealt with this before. She's dealt with this crap before, with a guy like that. You see? Staring at her. She's dealt with it before. And she knows it doesn't mean anything. So she stares back. That he can't take it. He just can't take it. He's used to sitting there looking at her from a distance. And then when she catches him, he's like, forget it. Yeah, nobody needs games like this. Nobody needs situationships. But that's what happens these days. As I think a lot of people are skittish. They want to try before they buy. And if it seems like something is too deep, they don't want to go too deep. Because they didn't get a taste. Just look at this. What would love do? Yeah, that's what he's asking himself now. Like, what is the point of why I even like this person? She's in the space of, he still loves me, so I can't stop thinking about him. And they're both feeling like they're being pulled to each other. Like a tractor beam, like she's the mothership and she's pulling him in. And then he's the fathership and he's pulling her in. It never stops. Something very otherworldly to this. So I think the solution is for the masculine. Masculine needs to ask, how does he make impressions on people? How does he do that? And how does he do it in a respectful way? Because if he's not respectful, then he's not getting anything. That's what women need to say. I think. You need to say that. This is what a woman needs to do. She needs to like stare the guy down and say, look, buddy. Eyes up here. Get your eyes off my damn chest. Look at him. Thinks he owns everything, doesn't he? What he wasn't expecting was this. But he saw that. He can't get her out of his mind. And they're both exhausted. Tired of running around in each other's head like the old pickup line. You know, the, you must be tired because you've been running around my head all day. That's what's going on here. They're running around in each other's head all day. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay, pull them out. So, when you see this, ladies, that's what you do, okay? Stare the guy down. If he can't figure it out, that's his problem. He started it, he needs to finish it. Or just find a way to back out in a way that's respectful. Yeah, he wants to retreat. Maybe that's it. He wants to retreat. I mean, he kind of like wants to retreat with her sometimes, but like then he's like, no, I want to go away. It's like Pac-Man. He's like going back and forth trying to get out of the way. Big pretzels coming along, you know. He's like trying to figure out when to gobble it up. Yeah. Actually, that's Miss Pac-Man. I don't know. I've never played Pac-Man. My dad played that. Oh, boy. I don't know why I decided to talk about that, but it made me laugh. So, what I'm going to do is shut it off here. And then I'm going to come back with one more thing that I think is going to just make everything make sense. So usually I just end it there. I don't usually come back, but I feel like there's still something else that needs to be said. So, Spirit is saying, say something. Well, I know they're saying this, so I will pull that, but there's more. So I will pull them for just one more. I tell you. Yeah, Spirit, very funny. Okay, so we've got forgive. This is what it looks like on the back, and I'll read it to you. And we've got I go where you go. This is what it looks like in the back. So for forgive, we have, of course, anger can always be justified, but then so can forgiveness. Just depends on how much more you want from the adventure. Go for gobs, the universe. Alright. For I go where you go. Tell me, are you finding that the occasional stranger has a crush on you? That for words you've almost mindlessly chosen, hearts broken too long begin to heal? That eyes sometimes well up with tears when it's time to say goodbye? Remarkable, our findings exactly. Psst. Your divinity is showing the universe. Boy. I think this is just the twin flame journey, isn't it? I go where you go, I go where you go. Go, you go. Forgiveness. Forgive. And then we come back to this. Lily beam. The universe wants us to screw each other so that it'll set off a ripple effect. All this twin flames are supposed to be screwing each other, so it'll set off a ripple effect. Yep. A bunch of drones. Okay. If they once loved you, they still do. What would love do? It's really a shame that I spend so much time thinking about this person who I am logically telling myself he has left the building. You know, Elvis has left the building, right? And yet, I get these dreams, and I get chills, goosebumps when I think of him. All of a sudden, I'll be doing something, and all of a sudden, I'll think of him. It's like he's there. And I had the dream that he was holding me in a wheat field, and we were both naked. It means something, right? Maybe it's just what I want. I just want him to be the one. But in one of the readings I saw by the same person I talked about at the beginning of the video, she said, but you know there are other people out there, but you know you really want to be with him. You know that. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. And I have said all along that he knows how to get in touch with me. So it's his move, because I already gave him my view. I told him how I felt. And I'm not sure he believed me. Maybe he didn't care. So the twin flame journey, a lot of it is about finding yourself. A lot of it is about combining the divine masculine and feminine within yourself so that you can be more receptive to giving and receiving to somebody. Giving them what they need, giving them what they want. And they can do the same for you. You both go on your separate journeys, and then you come back together. That's the plan. That's the destiny, apparently. That's what my guide told me. And she said she had hesitations about me and this guy getting together. But other people have been cheering for it up there. I mean, that's just what I'm channeling. That's just what I'm getting. And I keep thinking, well, there can't possibly be anything real here. But maybe the real thing is just loving somebody. Just loving somebody and meeting somebody and saying, I love this person so much that I hope nothing bad happens to them. Like, I want them to be happy wherever they are. And even if they treated you horribly, you still have that feeling like you want them to heal and not do that to anybody else. You want the best for them. And I think that is what the twin flame journey comes down to. It's about genuinely wanting the best for somebody else, and it's wanting the best for yourself. And when your twin flame is not the best for you, he's busy doing whatever he's doing, and he's not honoring his part in how he treated somebody, then there's no reason to believe there's something there. It's like he treated me poorly, and I believe him when he was treating me poorly. I believe he really felt bad. He didn't want to be around me. He didn't want to see me. I believe that. And there's nothing that would really make me change my mind unless he actually just said something, you know, like contacted me again, said something. So, I don't know, I'm so tired of this thing. I'm afraid to believe that he really doesn't want me. It's like if I believe that, then I have to do all this all over again. I have to put myself out there to another person. 1 more time, 2 more times, 3 more times. It could be many more times. And it's all going to be incremental. I'll get a little bit here and a little bit there. All this stuff I should have done a long time ago. But just never happened. Never worked. So, I think my advice to anybody going through this is don't beat yourself up if you feel like you don't want to be on this journey anymore. If you're like, you know what? I don't want to keep putting myself through this. Then don't put yourself through it. I put myself through it because if I'm honest, I don't want to have to put myself out there again. I really don't want to get hurt again. I mean, I could put myself out there and the next person I meet could be amazing. They could be a soulmate. And they could treat me wonderfully. And I just have that nagging feeling like I'm looking over my shoulder. You know, like, where is he? Where's my twin flame? Where'd he go? Where is he? It's always going to be there. It took me 10 years to get over somebody else. And I'm not going to spend another 10 years holding on to somebody. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I've got to hold on to myself. And I got to wish this guy well and say, you know what? Peace out. And I'll probably end up keep doing these readings, and it'll be the same reading. It'll be the same thing. People in separation, trying to figure out what's going on. When you really need to ask yourself the questions of, why am I hanging on to this? And I answered mine. I just don't want to have to go through this again. I don't want to put myself out there and get hurt again. I am already feeling and believing I will get hurt again, instead of believing and trusting in the universe to send me somebody who won't hurt me. Somebody who won't take advantage of me. Somebody who won't treat me like an object. Who didn't realize they had feelings until after they treated me like an object. Stared at my chest. You know, I mean, I flirted with him heavily. Then I turned him on and his eyes changed color. They changed like fiery red, like fire, like it was like he had fire in his eyes. So, I mean, it's hard to get that out of my mind. I don't even think he realized it happened. So, people have biological things that happen to them when they feel things for people, and they can't control it sometimes. And there's a lot of psychological stuff going on with this. But I do think Spirit has been guiding me, and I feel like they've been trying to lead me here, lead me there until I come to the right decision. whatever that decision is. So, I think I'll just sign off now. If this resonated with you, I hope you got something from it. I'm sorry that it's like the same reading every time. But that's what it is on the Twin Flame journey, unfortunately. So, I am going to figure out something that is not this. So, if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them, because I am sick of this. This is getting on my nerves. And I'm the first one to probably say this. You know, most people who are on this journey are like, it's a cop-out if you leave. Well, I think it's worse to keep yourself holding on to something that is making you feel like you're not connected to something that you were expecting. There's something that's partially there that's not really there. A haunting feeling. The guy actually ghosted me. So, I mean, now I'm being haunted. And that's just what happened. I don't want anybody to go through this at all. That's why I won't drink anymore. I won't go to a bar anymore. You know, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going in there to see him. And sure as hell not going to do the circuit again. So, I've met actual friends, so I have real friends now. And we're Gen Xers, so we get to talk about stuff, and it's fun having people my age to talk to. So, I hope that you get something from this, and I hope you guys start making friends, because sometimes that's what you need, is just friendship with people. You need friendship. If you don't have friendship with people, including your twin flame, then, you know, you're never really going to have genuine connections with people. So, that's the best thing that you can do. Let's give yourself that chance. So, I will see you next time, and I promise I'll have something much more motivational than this. So, but I want to put it out there. It's not a popular opinion, but I think enough people have been through this enough. They've had enough with this. It's a lot of mind games, and it's ridiculous. So, I will see you another time. Bye.